Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Sprints. I'm your host, Alicia. Let us know what you're reading and getting up to this morning. I have a pile of things that I'm going to work on because I have my reading journal. I just uploaded my February reading journal flip through video, so I'll post the link for that in a little bit. But I have my reading journal to fill in. I have to see what the next video is. I'm pretty sure it's my unboxing video, but we're going to we have a whole list. I have the Spirit City thing uploaded with the to-do list and the timer ready to go. So if you're here, say hello, good morning. Let us know what you're reading or working on today, and we will get started. I will tell you, I am a little sore, and you could probably see I got some sun yesterday while I was at the park with hubby. So, but overall, we had a fantastic day. But yeah, let me know what you guys are working on today, and we will get started. Jen is here. Hey, Alicia. I have a large list too. How was your trip? Our trip was fantastic. I will say, and I didn't think that this was, I knew that it was going to be kind of busy because yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I figured with our kids out of school Friday and Monday, and it being Valentine's Day, I figured it would be busy. Also, with a lot of out of towners, so a lot of the wait times for the rides that I wanted to go on, like I go with an intention. Like when I go to the parks, I'm there to have fun, but I'm also there to achieve certain things, if that makes sense. And one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to ride Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is in How to Train Your Dragon. Um, I was not able to do that one because either the ride was delayed or it had over a 75-minute wait. And when you're in line for an extended period of time, that takes away from other things that you could be doing or seeing. So, yeah, we did not get to do a lot of the things. So that was one thing that I wasn't able to do. I haven't done yet. I have not been able to do anything in How to Train Your Dragon because either the rides have too long of a wait, which granted, yeah, I could, stand in the lines, but I've kind of gotten spoiled being a pass holder because if I'm by myself, I'll go through single rider. If it's not available, then I go when it's under a certain time limit. So, like, if it's under an hour, fine, I'll wait. But if it's not, then I don't go on it. And a lot of the rides that we wanted to go on were like that. It was over 2 hour wait. And I mean, we live here, so we're not too far. So we could just come and go as we want to. With Epic, not so much because they haven't added it to like the pass holder uh, list yet. It's still its own separate entity, so to speak. So you just have to buy tickets for it. But we did get to see the circus. I forget how to pronounce it because it's either Circus Arcanus or it's Circus Arcanu, or I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's basically the story of how Newt Scamander got the assistant that he has in the suitcase with all the magical creatures. So that was fun to see. Very, very cool. They did have some of the magical creatures, and so that was cool to see how they did it. And they actually had like a whole circus performance type thing. So I wasn't able to take pictures or video, otherwise I would have. So we did get to see that. We did not get to see. I wanted to ride the Battle of the Ministry. I have done it before, but again, I was not going to wait 180 minutes. What is that, 2.5 hours? No, thank you. We did get to go inside and see the ministry. So we sat inside because there's a spot where you can sit and like view everything. And then there's also single rider lines, which we can do it, but it's not fun when you're going, together. So we sat inside, kind of soaked up the AC and looked at the ministry area. What else did we do? We did get to go on Monsters Unchained in Dark Universe. Funny enough, we went through twice because the first time we went through, it was like our ride car was doing the motions of what it does for the ride, but we had no audio. We had no like you could see the animatronics moving their mouths and making the movements, but you couldn't hear anything that they said. So then when we were go to get off, we were like, "Hey, is it possible to go again?" Because there was no audio. And so we got to stay. That even the people next to us were like, they were gonna get off, and they were gonna. So we got to, all four of us stayed, and then we went through again, and we were able to hear the audio. So I don't know if it was something specific with that car, or if it was something because the car next to us, those people actually got off before we were to go on, like on the ride. They were still on the platform and then they decided not to go, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know if that offset anything, but we did that twice. Once without sound, once with sound. And then the only other ride that we did was Yoshi's Adventure. And even like the buttons, you're supposed to find like the Yoshi eggs throughout the ride, and we could not, like the buttons did not work. So I don't know. But we got points for it because you get points when you do your little band. I don't know what they're called. Power up bands. They're not magic bands because that's Disney. I don't know. But we had fun. We saw the show. We had food at the Toadstool Cafe. Very delicious. We did some shopping. That's where this guy came from. Let me know if you know what magical creature he is. If not, I will tell you. But I had to have one, so because we saw him in the show. But we had fun. We stayed there. I think we got there about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we left around 5:30, about when it was starting to get dark. So we had fun. We had fun. Jen says, in this first sprint, I want to finish wrapping pens for our vendor event and change my son's sheets on his bed. After that, I'll read The Storyteller by Jodi Picoult. Ooh, productive. I think in my first sprint, I am going to fold a load of laundry. I need to fill in my reading journal for February, so I'll do that. And then if I have time left, I will read another short story from Meet Cute because I'm trying to get that finished so that I can get back on track with the read for this month. Swank is here. Howdy, everybody. Happy Gumdrop Day, happy Slap Day, and happy Singles Awareness. They have days for everything. I don't know how I feel about the happy slap day, but I could use gumdrop. I would. Nadim is here. Hello, good morning. Lexi is here. Morning. I have a bit of a headache this morning. Drastic temp swings. Ugh. But going to finish Dark Fae at 90%. Ooh, you've got this. So close. Nadim is currently reading The Great Alone by Christina Hanna. Nice. Let us know how you're liking it so far. Hello, everyone. Marika is a specific name, because you are new here, I noticed. If there's a specific name that you would like us to call you, let us know. Otherwise, I can call you Mara, Mari, Marika. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that. I see a Suzanne in the name. I could call you Suzanne. But let us know what you would like to be called. Ren is here. Hello, hello, everyone. Currently listening to Queen of Faces and reading more of Love from the Cosmos. How are you liking it? Xenia, is that? Do I remember? Let me know if I'm remembering that correctly. Xenia says, "Hey, Alicia and everyone." Oh, I must have been right because Ren says, "Hey, Xenia." Yay! Swank says, "I need to make coffee. I need to get my coffee. I don't have it in here. I had some, but I didn't bring." Ren is saying all the hellos. Hey, Marcus, Lexi, and Jen. Xenia is saying, "Hey, Ren," and Nadim is saying, "Hello to Ren." Fantastic. That is all I see in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our thing. If there's anything that you want to add to the to-do list, you can see what I have on there so far. Reading journal, read stories and meet cute, fold a load of laundry. Rules for the TBR game is also something else that I need to do because, yep, I created a TBR game and I would like to start using it in March. So I've got to create rules and how I want to do it. And also I might film a video. We'll see what gets done. But I don't see any other comments coming in. I'll give it another minute or two to see if anybody wants to add things to the to-do list. If we have others coming in. Ren says, so far really enjoying Love from the Cosmos. It's kind of about a girl who uses a dating app based on zodiac capability, but the actual houses that reel your charts for your zodiac are real people. Huh. Interesting. Just wrap pens and change sheets. I sure can. Wrap pens. Change sheets. All right. Oh, the actual houses that rule your charts for your zodiac are real people. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Ren. Let me know what you think of it when you're done. I may add that to my TBR. Ren says, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's kind of the vibe. No, that makes sense. So that each zodiac has a house and they're ruled by real people. But they have an app where you can do zodiac compatibility. That's kind of what I'm reading into it. That sounds good. Ren says Xenia. Yep. Did you see the new Spirit City Gardening DLC that's coming out? Yes. I cannot wait. It looks adorable. I wonder what kind of spirits we're going to find in the garden. Also, the things, it kind of looked like the one guy who kind of looked like he had antlers, kind of a bluish purple. He looked like he was mixing potions. So I am excited for that DLC. It doesn't say when it comes out though. So if it comes out soon, I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but if it doesn't come out until my birthday, then I'm golden because I can use birthday money to get it. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out, but I'm super excited for it. Ren says Queen of Faces is interesting too, kind of like the book/movies of The Uglies. Is that the one that Uglies was by Scott Westerfeld? Yes, or Westerfield, whatever his name was. I have not read that one or seen was it movies? I have not anything with that series I have not done. Ren says, so each zodiac sign has 12 planets that rule it, but the planets are real people. And yes, Pluto is a dwarf planet, but we're including it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've always said Pluto is a planet, but science claims otherwise. I still remember the acronym to remember all the planets from when I was in school. Ren says, right now we've only met Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. Interesting. Yes, it's that one. Okay. Yeah, I haven't read anything from the Uglies series. I don't know if it was kind of like, like you see or hear about book series, but it's kind of like it was popular, but then when you finally find out about it, you're just kind of like, it was past the time to like read. I may try to seek it out at my library and read it, but I make no guarantees. I have plenty to read on my shelf over here. All right, let's go ahead and start with our first sprint because I want to fold this laundry and get to my other stuff, and I need my coffee. So, we have 40 the clock. Let's get started, and I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting! Sorry. I forgot to unmute myself. I hit the button, I promise. What I was saying was that, how did everybody do? I folded a load of laundry and I did my reading journal. So I crossed those off the to-do list. If you had something on the to-do, let me know if you were able to get it done. Of course, I'll go through the comments. And I had to let my cat in, so I went through. There's a bathroom on the other side of the laptop here, and so it has a door to the outside. So I let her in through there because I could hear her meowing. So let's see what you all got up to before we get into our next sprint. The more I look at the screen, the more I can tell that I got sunburnt. It doesn't feel like I'm sunburned, but my face says otherwise. I believe this was our last comment in relation to, we were talking about The Uglies by Scott Westerfeld series. We were talking about that one, and I have not read it nor watched the shows or movies adaptations. So then Molly came in. Hello. And we had a Vanessa pop in. Hello. Zinnia says hi to Molly. Vanessa says hi, Alicia in chat. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Jen says pens are wrapped and I love the way they turned out. Nice, nice. We'll cross that off the list. Getting things done. Vanessa, I'll have to head out in about 30 minutes because This Week in Indies is discussing writing with a day job. Ooh. Hopefully you enjoy. This is me saying hi to Vanessa and Molly. Then we had a cat pop in. Hello, Alicia. I hope you had a terrific day yesterday. It didn't go 100% according to plan, but we did have fun. So I don't know. You weren't here earlier when I was talking about it, but I go in with the intention of having fun, but also accomplishing certain things. And two things that I wanted to accomplish, I wanted to see the Harry Potter, I think it's supposed to be Cirque, what is it called? Cirque Arcanu? I think that's how they pronounced it. I'm not 100% sure. But we saw it's basically the Fantastic Beast show. We got to see that. I also wanted to ride Hiccup's wing gliders. We did not get to do that. The wait time was either delayed or it was above 75 minutes. And when we went to go get in line, because it was below that, by the time we got there, it was 75 minutes and the line was out the door. So, needless to say, we did not get in line. But we did get to eat different food at the Toadstool Cafe. That was lunch. I had the Yoshi's. It was basically like chicken Alfredo with broccoli. And it had like a Yoshi Parmesan cheese. I don't know what you call it. It tasted like Parmesan cheese, but it looked like a Yoshi egg and it was like a flat, almost cookie type thing. I don't know what you would call it, but it was delicious. So that was my lunch. My husband had the Bowser's Fireball Challenge, which is basically a 1 pound meatball with mozzarella cheese on top, and they give you hot sauce. But he loves spicy food, so that was fine for him. And then we also got some cheesy garlic nuts, but they were in shape of mushrooms. And we got the Mount Beanpole cake for dessert. That is basically like a chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, like almost like sponge cake or yellow cake. And it has matcha icing on the top. So it looks like grass and the like mount with the pole that you get or see at the end of the levels. So food was delicious. I highly recommend eating at the Toadstool Cafe. We didn't get on any of the Mario rides because, again, they were above 120 minutes, which is an over 2-hour wait, so not happening. We did get to ride Yoshi's later in the day, though. And we did Monsters Unchained twice. The first time we went through it, there was no audio. And then the second time we went through, there was audio. So we did back-to-back for that. So that was interesting. Hold, please. A little one has popped in. Vanessa says hi to Molly. I did put the link for my newest video. Wait, please. I don't know if you can see him. My son is trying to poke his head up because he wants to say hi. Come on.
Hi.
Say hi to everyone. You playing your tablet?
No.
Okay. Vanessa says she popped over and gave my video a like. Thank you, thank you. This is where Cynthia came in and she was telling me there was no sound. I had no sound because I was muted. She was like, no sound. And then she was like, no sound. Thank you for the heads up. And she says, great reading session. Thank you. New subscriber here. I read for the 25 minutes when I came in. Nice. Well, welcome in. It sounds like it's getting very windy outside.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if what you're reading. And we'll get to the next sprint shortly. Got to 98% into Dark Fae. Ooh, you're almost finished. Do you know what you'll read afterwards, Lexi?
Mm-hmm.
Does she? Do you know what she's going to read? A different book, right?
Yeah.
Nadim finished a cup of coffee and read 9 pages. Nice. Vanessa, I'm keeping the stream up, but over at the Go Indie Now channel, watching the panel.
Okay.
Thank you, because we need the watch hours. Did anybody figure out what this character is called? I'm trying to see if they know the character's name. Like what kind of beast it is. You know. Huh? No. Cynthia says reading Aftermath by Rachel Cusk. What a book. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe.
I know you did. I read it myself.
Shh. And Jen says I got the pens wrapped. I put the sheets in the dryer, but they aren't done yet. I also got to 47% in a storyteller.
Nice.
Ooh, very productive. Swank says made coffee and ate breakfast. Ooh, what did we have for breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
I know we had sausage with scrambled eggs with cheese on top, and then we
some
had
bread and toast.
Yes, we had toast. Cynthia says I need to do laundry, but have to travel to the laundromat. I hate not having a washer and dryer. So awful. Ooh.
Oh.
I sorry. We are doing
That's
laundry
bad.
as well. You're gonna spill my coffee. Be careful, please. Brian is here. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Have to work today, so I'll be in and out. Well, I hope you have a good day at work, and thanks for popping in. Swank says, what is that gray fuzzy creature behind you?
This?
That is what I was trying to see if you guys knew. If you guys know what he is, let me know in the comments. If not, I'll tell you before we go to the next sprint. Cynthia says, can you see me?
No. No.
She might be saying that because you were trying to pop up and say hi.
I cannot see you.
Kelly is here. Happy time zone, my friends. To walk the puppy before it rains. Enjoy your walk and say hello to Cora for us. Molly says, I made ranch flavored Kraft macaroni and cheese. Worked on the kitchen. Ranch flavored Kraft macaroni and cheese? How does that work, Molly? Let me know. How did you make that? Cynthia says, can anyone see me?
No.
We can see your comments.
Yeah, we can see your comments. We can't see you.
But we can't see you personally. You're not on camera. What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what she means.
Is this in relation to our furry friend back there? Molly says to Cynthia, I do.
You see her?
Sock says, hi, just woke up from an epic nap and saw that this is happening. Well, welcome in. Jen says, no, Cynthia, we only see the host in these streams. Yeah, if you're trying to say that like if you're on camera or not, you won't be on camera. You'll only see me and my son currently. I can see your comments, and I could probably, let me see, will it let me? Let me see if it'll let me. Oh, nope, it won't. I'd have to update or upgrade my StreamYard in order to like see them on the screen.
Does it cost anything?
Yes, it does.
No.
But yeah, you can only see me on the camera, but we can see you in the comments, and I can read your comments. Thank you so much, Molly. She didn't acknowledge me or my comment. I'm a new subscriber too. I did. Back here. Because I saw this one. I saw the no sound one, which is where I had been muted. Then I read this one where you said you had a great reading session, that you're a new subscriber, and you read for 25 minutes when you came in. I asked you what you were reading. So I don't know if you heard me on that one, but I did see them. And then we saw this one, reading Aftermath by Rachel Cusk. Hopefully either one of those pronunciations are right. And then we had this one, I need to do laundry, but have to travel to a laundromat, where I said, that's no good. And we don't... I
almost feel sorry.
We don't have... I mean, I know what it's like to travel to a laundromat, but...
You have?
Mm-hmm. When I was younger. But we do laundry on Sundays as well. So I don't know. This is where we were at. But I assure you, I saw and I read. Molly says, I took her to mean her comments, Jen. I guess it could be either way. Molly says she may not see it now. YouTube has been really crazy this week. Are you guys not seeing them when I put them up on the screen, like I have Molly's comment now? Let me know, because I see them on this end. I do not have the YouTube side pulled up. Okay. Stop moving around, please. Let me know if you cannot see them on the screen. Jen says, "Oh, sorry. Yes, Alicia. Yes, Cynthia. Sorry. I thought you meant physically. She will get there. I promise. Alicia is great, but making sure that she reads comments. But sometimes they don't always show up. That is very true. If YouTube is wonky, then it will be it may not show up. But make sure also if you guys are on the YouTube side, live chat on and not the top chat, because then you'll be able to see everything. As Cynthia says, I'm happy to be here. I would love to connect. I love books and reading. I'm a college writing professor. Very nice. What classes do you teach? Because I did take some writing classes when I was in college. It's been quite a while since I've been in college. Jen says, if she can't see them, we'll make sure we figure out why together. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're always good about making sure that we can see everybody and making sure, like, if we're having issues with the comments, we'll figure out why. Lexi says, sometimes comments don't always show in the back of house in order they show up on YouTube. Yeah, let me know if there's anything that is not showing up. Never be afraid to say something. Kelly says she hasn't got to your comment yet. Cynthia, you can always scroll up and see where she is in the comment stream. Yes. Cynthia says, "Aw, thanks so much, everyone. Appreciate it."
Smiley face.
And little hearts. Cynthia says, "Hi there, sweet boy."
Hi.
Ren says, made it to 34% and about to start dinner. Ooh, what are we having for dinner? Cynthia says, "Aw, Alicia sees me. Yay!" I try to never miss anybody. So if I don't see you or don't acknowledge right away, like say something, or if someone in the comments can say something, then we'll figure out what's going on. Because I never try to miss anybody. We love having our fun. Lexi says, after Dark Fae, I'll go into Savage Fae, playing catch up in the read along. Ooh. Where are they up to with that Zodiac? Yeah, she's playing catch up.
Catch up.
Yeah.
I said catch up. You said catch up.
Boy.
I thought you said ketchup.
No, not ketchup as in like the edible kind. Ketchup as in like she's catching up to where everybody else is.
Oh.
He's thinking I said ketchup as in like yummy ketchup. No. I have not read any of Zodiac Academy yet, so I have where you guys are in relation to where I am. I'm at the beginning, obviously, but how far into is this Dark Fae and Savage Fae? Because I know that's a spinoff, yes, maybe. Jessie Kiwi is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just waking up and getting ready for work.
Good morning.
Swank says, I had toast with raspberry jam, prunes, and now eating tortilla chips and cheese dip. Ooh,
that sounds good.
That does sound good. Might have to see if we have some.
Mm-hmm.
Molly says it is boxed, but instead of just cheese powder, it is ranch flavored cheese powder. Interesting.
What?
I wonder if we...
That is interesting.
I wonder if we have that at our store.
I
don't know that I would try it because that sounds interesting, but iffy. Well, ranch, yeah. Let me know how you like it, Molly. I would try anything once, but
I don't like ranch.
I'm sketchy on that. I do. I like ranch on carrot sticks. Lexi says we can comment or comments on the screen.
I think she meant to say we see.
So you see
comments.
Yeah. We see these comments, but I'm saying like, you know how like Paula has like the whole list of comments on the screen. I don't think I can do that. but I can see when I pop up the comments
Because
on the
I think
screen. Yeah. Jen says, Alicia, all is well. We were working with Cynthia behind the scenes. Ooh, gotcha. You're at the beginning of that problem solving.
All is good now.
Yay! Okay. Alicia, your chat and streaming program have a long delay. I typed that comment that is on screen right now 11 minutes ago. Everyone just needs to keep that in mind. Why is it such a long delay, though, is my question. I shouldn't have that long of a delay. Make sure you guys are all on, make sure you're all on the live. That's interesting that I have such a long delay.
Why do you have a delay?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, you need to... What are you doing? Don't step on that.
I'm not stepping on that.
Step all over my pens.
No.
Jesse Kiwi said YouTube does not hide comments sometimes from both of... No, yeah, it does hide comments sometimes from both audience
and post.
The delay between comment and stream is about 10 seconds. If there are lots of comments, then obviously the delay is longer because hosts are catching up with the comments. Oh, that could be very well be.
That
yes.
works.
Lexi, this month is Ruthless Boys number 4, and I'm just finishing Ruthless Boys number 1. Oh. Okay. I'll have to look at... Because this, you guys are going in reading order. Yes, so... I'll have to see what the reading order is and see how far in you guys are.
Yeah.
I doubt I'll be able to catch up anytime soon. So I'll try, but I don't know. Because I was going to do that.
Bell peppers.
Ooh, Ren's making stuffed bell peppers. Those are so good. I love stuffed bell peppers. Ren is... This month's book is Broken Fae, number 4. Jesse Kiwi, good morning, mister. I haven't seen you before.
Hello.
This is my son. He rarely pops in, but for some reason he wanted to pop in today. Sock says my next book will be Chasing Shelter by Catherine Cowles. Book 5 in Sparrow Falls. Ooh, nice. Lexi, if I do 2 a month, I'll be caught up in April when we switch back to Zodiac Academy. Ooh, maybe I can try to... Well, no, because we're already in February and I have a lot of books to read this month. Depending on what March's TBR looks like, I could probably start the series, but I don't know. I'll probably end up reading it on my own time and then going back to watch the discussions and stuff. Cynthia says, thank you for that. Makes sense now. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Sock says, I think the delay is because reading and responding to all the comments takes a bit of time. Maybe? Yeah.
Yeah,
it depends on where we're at in the comments and how long it takes. Also, depending on the internet connection could also make a thing too, but we're doing okay. I've seen the ranch flavor on Amazon and in the store, so maybe sometime. Also, you can buy the ranch seasoning by itself and add it. I do like it, but I can't eat it all the time. Huh. Interesting. I am most definitely not in Canada. No. I'm in Florida.
No, we're in America.
Yep. So I don't know.
Under Canada.
I would say maybe refresh or make sure you're on the make sure you're live and on the live chat. Other than that, I don't know. I will play with it on my end when we go to the next sprint, but we'll see what happens. Ren says, I think the reading order is the first 3 Zodiac books, starting with the prequel novella, and then the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac series, and then the rest of the series. Well, thank you, Ren. I know I have the first 3 books, but I'll have to see what the prequel and, of course, I'll have to look up the Ruthless Boys. And then we finish off with the Darkmoor Penitentiary series. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of books. Lot of books. I'll make a list of all of them and then check them off as I read them. And Cynthia says, love Florida. Me too. Except when we have cold days, but...
Yeah, me too. And also hot days.
Well, that's all year round.
Not
Ren
hot
says,
days. It's
technically...
mostly in summer.
Yeah. Technically, first 4 for main Zodiac Academy books, since it's the novella, then the first 3. Oh. I will look it up. Thank you. And Cynthia says, I want to move there, but friends keep trying to scare me about the heat. The heat is not that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna have like a heat wave, or as I call them, the dog days of summer, where it's really warm. It's mostly the humidity that makes it hotter than it seems. But I mean, it's not that bad. There are ways to get around it because we do have a lot of like theme parks and water parks. We have the beach. So it just depends on where you're at in the state, because I know like here it's not so bad. We're more inland. Up north you can still get that cold weather. So if you're up there, then you still have somewhat of the 4 seasons. I say we have 4 seasons but it's spring, summer, we have a pollen season, and we have hurricane season. And there may be a winter in there, but it doesn't last long. So it just depends on where you're at. Ren says it's definitely a lot of books. I understand why Vanessa made the read along 2 years long. I remember her saying something like that. Molly says it's not just that, Sock. Last week she had a stream and kept saying no more comments, even though there were, but they just had traveled through where? I did? Or was that someone else? Yeah, I know I usually say there's no more comments so that we can go to a sprint, but it's possible. What's that? Excuse me. Cynthia says, where is the coolest area of the state? I would say anywhere up north in the Panhandle. If you're in the top portion of the state, then that's going to be the, like, you still get cooler weather. We're not in Orlando. I'm not too far from
Tampa, actually. We're closer to downtown Tampa.
Yes, we're closer to the Tampa side of the state. But Orlando for us, like we go to the theme parks out in Orlando, and it's about an hour and a half drive. So hold, please. That was my husband coming in. He was looking for my son. But yeah, we're close to Orlando, about an hour and a half from the theme parks. Sock says to Molly, yes, thanks. Molly, you, Alicia? I was saying that. Last week I had a stream and kept saying no more comments, even though there were. Oh, yeah, they had... See, and I don't understand why, if there's a delay. And I don't know. I'll play with a few things while we go to the next sprint, or when we go to the next sprint, and see. Yes, see that. So is it still doing it? Let me know. But I'll see what I can do on my end. As far as I know, because I have a Wi-Fi extender here. Because my Wi-Fi router is out in the main part of the house, so it shouldn't be. Worst case scenario, I reboot it and see what happens. Now I will say this is the last comment I see on my end. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Do we have anything to add to the to-do list? Because right now we still have read stories in Meet Cute. That's one of mine. Rules for the TBR game. That is something that I need to do. Film a video. And then, Jen, have you changed the sheets? I remember you saying they were in the dryer but not done yet. So let me know when you finish those. I'm also going to pull up the reading sprints on YouTube and there. Okay. I see some of them coming in through, but have they come through on? Okay, so this is the one I started. Jen says, yes, please. I need to do a load of dishes and put inventory for our standard bookmarks on the website. So I will put dishes. I'll put Jen dishes and website inventory. If I can spell it. Wow. Fingers work. All right. And then we had a Jean pop in. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jean. What are we up to today? You're just in time. We're getting ready to go into sprint number 2. As Cynthia asks, how many reading sprints today? I typically do 3 on Sundays. So 3 45-minute sprints. And we're getting ready to go into number 2. Jen says you can just put SB inventory if that's easier. Okay, let me change that. SB. SB. Oh, wow, it changed the whole entire thing. There we go. SB inventory. Jen says, hi, Jean dear. Sock says, I'm still groggy. I exhausted myself with the countdown to Valentine's, so I'm just hanging out today. Might start the book, might catch up on BookTube, might stare at the walls. Nothing wrong with any of that. It does all sound productive either way. Just take it easy, relax, just go with the flow. Cynthia says, awesome. And Jean says, I am going to walk to the library. Ooh, we'll have a nice, good, safe walk. And let us know if you get any good books when you come back, if we're still here. I don't know how far your library is, so. Cynthia says, I'm doing some meal prep and we'll read in a bit in between. Very nice. And Stark says to Jean, nice. I agree. All right. Jean says I'm not picking up books. I'm just doing photocopies. And what will you do, Alicia? Says Cynthia. This sprint, I am going to do my TBR game rules. I need to set that up so that that can be started in March. So I'll do my game rules and I will try to read some of the stories in Meet Cute because I want to get that finished. And hopefully, I won't have another load of laundry yet. But if I do, then I'll have to, I will have to do that. So let me add that because even though I did one, I'll probably have to do another one. So I'll uncheck that just in case. And there we go. Let's go ahead and star that comment as our last comment before the sprint. And we have the clock set up. So I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting in whatever you choose to do. And we'll see you in 45. All right. How did everyone do that sprint? I wrote a to-do list of things that need to be done after sprints are done today, and then I worked on the gaming TBR rules. So I have a page full of that stuff, and I'm not quite done. I still have a few things to figure out, but for the most part, I think I've gotten the gist. So of how I want it to go. So we'll see how that goes. I did get another load of laundry that needs to be folded in the next sprint, so I will do that. And then I was rejoined by Ralphie. So let's see how everybody else did. And let me know if there's a delay and if I miss comments, because I'm going by what I can see on this end. I do have the YouTube side of it pulled up, but I don't, I can't see it side to side. So let me know. The last comment that we had before we went to sprint was Cynthia was asking what I would do during the sprint. And so I said that I would be working on my TBR game rules. And I was going to try to do some reading, which I have not done any reading. So I'm being more productive in these sprints than reading, which is fine, but not really, because I need to get this book finished. I was supposed to finish this one last week before yesterday, and I'm only a couple stories in. So hopefully I can finish it, if not during these sprints, then by the end of the day. And then I'll have to finish the other 2 books. And then I'll have to gather up the books that I'm going to be reading for next week. So we're on a tight schedule when it comes to reading. I won't do that in March. I'll have to, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what the TBR game does. This is me also saying that because we got distracted. This little guy behind me, the gray creature behind me, is from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise. It is a demiguise. This is what he looks like when you can actually see him. We had Mel pop in, just popping in to hit the like button. Have a busy day today. Otherwise, I would stay and hang out. Happy sprinting, everyone. To which I said, hello, Mel. Thanks for popping in, and I hope you have a great day and get all of the things done. Vanessa is back. Hopefully your panel went well. I'm working on an author's hub for Notion, so I've made the big all the things included hub. Now I'm working on breaking it up for people who maybe don't need all of the bells and whistles. Ooh, very productive, very productive. Sock says I'm gonna have to step away for lunch. Ooh, mac and cheese. Love that. Hopefully you enjoy it, and she'll see us later. Lexi finished Dark Fae and moved on to Savage Fae. Ooh, yes. First book of the day finished, and we've started another one. Vanessa says Ralphie and I both rejoined. Yes, you did. He has been wanting to cuddle this entire time. So I don't know if you guys were able to see, but he was like trying to lick my face, and he was sitting in my lap, and he was trying to sit on my clipboard. So he's all over the place. But now that I'm like up and moved and shifting and stuff, now he's back there. Molly says I spoke to my mom. Stepdad isn't doing well, and she is having a procedure on Friday. Also got 9% Long Live the Pumpkin Queen audiobook done. Nice. Well, I hope your stepdad feels better soon, and that your mom has a procedure. I hope it goes well. What kind of procedure is she having done? Hopefully it's nothing serious, and it is quick, painless, and speedy healing vibes. Wow, that went fast. It did indeed. I got the sheets changed and a load of dishes washed. Our dishwasher is acting up, so I had to hand wash. I started printing the inventory list, so don't check that off just yet. But we can get the dishes and the sheets. So we're going to cross that off. Sheets, dishes, so we won't cut off the inventory just yet. And I'm not gonna take the rules for TBR game off just yet because I'm still working on that. And I will have to fold another load of laundry, so that will be done. And hopefully I can at least get one story read in Neat Cute. So let's see. Molly says, hello, sweet Ralphie. Ralphie, they're saying hi. You gonna say hi back, Bubba? Meow meow. Sometimes he meows and sometimes he doesn't. Ren made it to 39% in Love from the Cosmos and about to eat dinner. Ooh. I hope you enjoy dinner. Ren is putting in a smiley face. Vanessa says, hugs to your mom, Molly. Yes, all the hugs, all the hugs. Vanessa says, so I'm adding an events database to my author hub. I thought I was done. I was not. Oh no! Still have a little bit of work to do, huh? Oh, I knew I recognized him, says Molly. Yes, this is the Demi guys from the franchise Fantastic Beasts. Molly, hi, Vanessa. Vanessa says, oh, I should do some laundry. Every Sunday is laundry day for us. I have been thinking about breaking it up, though, like doing the kids' clothes on one day and our clothes, the adult clothes, on another day. But so far we've just seemed to be doing it all on Sunday. I want to make it easier. Excuse me. I want to make it easier and not so time consuming. Vanessa says, hi, Molly. I said hi earlier, but you may have missed it, or I may have already been away from keyboard by the time you responded. It is entirely possible. Jen says, I'm working on a big cross-stitch project while we chat, and it's giving me a nice, much-needed brain break from thinking about all of the things. Is this the cross-stitch that was that you were thinking about buying and then you bought? Is it like the big books one? Is that it? I do like that one. That one was cute. I do have a bookish one that I want to cross stitch, but I'm holding off until I get some of my smaller projects done because this one, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. The one I have is books like on a bookshelf, but then there's also a cat that is laying on the bookshelf. So, I know that one's bigger. So I want to get some of the smaller ones done first so that I can then do that one. I'll have to find it and show it either on my Instagram or in a video. Molly says it's a new procedure called Tenex to remove scar tissue in her hip to alleviate her pain and allow her to walk better. Oh, I hope it goes smoothly and that she has no complications. Molly says, thank you. Thanks, Alicia and Vanessa. Molly says she's worried about my stepdad, but I told her we kids who are taking care of her next weekend, as she isn't supposed to be active for 3 days, can take care of Larry too if needed. Yeah. Because she's got to be able to have her time to heal as well. Now, with your stepdad, is he just have like a cold, or is it something a little more serious? Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. Jen says I break our laundry up too. I had one load a day or try to. That includes a day for each kid, ours and towels, so the weekend I can catch up and or do sheets. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I wonder if I could put in a schedule to do such a thing. And then we wouldn't have to do as much on the weekends, and I would be able to do other things that need to be done. I am trying to also revamp our cleaning schedule so that things get done a little by little throughout the day or have a set day to do those things. And then I don't have to try to cram it all into um, sorry, my phone is going berserk. Even though you don't have the sound, it's like a lot of my cameras are going off and I don't know why. I will have to look in a minute because that's wonky. It was just like different parts of the area were like popping up all at the same time, which never happens. So we'll see. But yeah, I would like to do something like that to break it up so that it's easier to do and not have to like cram it all into like a 2 day, because then that opens up the weekends and we can do more fun things. Vanessa says to Molly, "Oh, that sounds helpful. I hope it works for her." Yes. Anything to make things easier, right? Jen says, "No, lol. That one ended up being too big for the fabric I bought. This one is an English bookshop in the spring. It's really pretty." Oh. Well, that's cool. We still got like a little bookshop. I would love to see it when it's all done. That looks like it'll be fun. Sounds like it'll be fun, I mean. Vanessa, yeah, I don't do all the laundry at once. That is 100% a way to overwhelm me into not looking at the laundry for weeks. Yeah. Molly says, "We don't know yet about stepdad. He had bronchitis, but that seems to be gone. He has diabetes, but his blood glucose has dropped about 40 points along with his blood pressure. Oh no. He's almost 87 and has a pacemaker, so it's alarming even though he is still in normal ranges." Yeah, that's interesting. Molly says, "Thanks, Vanessa. We do too because it's crippling her currently." Yes. Well, I hope that helps alleviate her pain and everything. And then I hope with your stepdad that you guys can figure out why his blood glucose is dropping along with his blood pressure. I mean, I don't know much about like the diabetes and like proper levels and things, but is it, you said it's still within normal ranges, so it's just dropping from where it normally is, or very interesting. Has he changed anything like diet wise? Would that affect it? And also, if you have anything else to add to the to-do list, go ahead and put that in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and change our banners because we are going into the final sprint. And during this next sprint, I am going to finish up the TBR game rules, I am going to try to read a story or two from the Meet Cute book and also fold a load of laundry. I don't think I'm going to get to the film a video in these sprints, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Let's clean up the to-do list so we can make room for other things. Molly says correct, dropping from where it normally is, and it's at lowest okay levels. Oh. Interesting. Swank says, missed the chatty bit, was watching the orientation for the herbal conference I'm doing this week, cleaning up my emails. Still very productive. Nicely done. Molly says, no real changes except that he didn't eat as much when he was sick. He has to watch for dehydration too. Yes, that, well, the fact that he didn't eat much, I mean, I understand he was sick, but with not eating much and if he's not drinking much too, that probably could affect it. I hope you guys get his levels back to where they should be. That could not imagine. I could not imagine. Jen says, can we add tidy the sofa and clean off coffee table? All right. Jen, tidy sofa. And Jen, clean off coffee table. All right. They are in. Also, and we got the SV inventory. So, or SB. They say SV or SB? SB inventory. Excuse me. I might try to go get a chocolate or a mini cake square as a snack before my lunch. Because we have Valentine's cake, little cake squares, and I got some, is it Lindor? Lindor came out with I think it's a raspberry cheesecake. And I want to try it because I haven't had that flavor before. All right. We added the tidy sofa and clean up the coffee table. I am going to go ahead and star that comment and check the YouTube side of things. Doesn't look like I've missed anything. So I will go ahead and start our final sprint. Also during the sprint, I will add in people who are currently sprinting or will be sprinting when we finish. That way we know where we can go if we need more sprints. And I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting. Make it count because this is the final one. All right. That was our last sprint. How did everyone do? Let me know how you all did. In that sprint, I folded another load of laundry. I finished up my TBR game notes and kind of organized it a little better. And then I did go and get some, it was Lindor, but this was the candy wrapper. I went and got 2 of those. I only ate one so far. This is what the other one looks like. But this is raspberry cheesecake. Very delicious. Pink on the outside, white on the inside, so cheesecake-like. And very delicious. I think I might save the other one for after I eat lunch because it is very sweet. And then I started working on some of the things I need for my next video. Because my next video is going to be the changes that are coming to my reading challenge. So I need to figure out what I have in terms of the reading challenge as it is now and what it will look like with the changes implemented. So I got that started, but I will have to finish after I eat lunch because I'm starting to get hungry. And we have lots of leftover pizza from Friday. Normally it would be almost gone by now, but because nobody was home yesterday, we were all out either with the grandparents or at Universal, so we have lots of leftover. Let's see how you all did. I forgot to put the links in for anybody else who is sprinting. So I will do that as I go through the comments. We left off with Jen asking to add tidy the sofa and clean off the coffee table. So we added those. That reminds me, as we go through the comments, I'll check off our to-do list. Then Swank said, pretty kitty. That means Ralphie. He's now there. He's sitting on the arm of the chair. Vanessa said, okay, gotta run. Thanks for sprints. Y'all have a great day. And I said, thanks for hanging out, and you have a good rest of your day, Vanessa. Ren said, no reading for me in that last sprint, but thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're welcome. Lexi said, I didn't read, been watching some videos. I know the feeling. I need to do that as well. Molly says bye to Vanessa. Cynthia says, yummy. The chocolate looks delish. It is. It's a little on the sweet side, like I said, but it's really good. And I typically like fruit and chocolate flavor mix. But the fact that this was almost like a white chocolate, but it was a raspberry cheesecake flavor, one of my favorite flavors. So I was happy that I was able to find it in a candy form. I love chocolate and fruit mixtures. Not all of them, but most of them. Jen says, I got all 3 tasks done. Awesome. So we can check those off. We can also check off my rules for the TBR game. The only thing I didn't get to was the read stories in Meet Cute. So I'll have to do that after I eat lunch. But yay for getting tasks done. Very productive, Jen. We love it. We love to see it. Molly says, I got 20% for Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. Very nice. I think that one is on my TBR to read. I just don't know when I'll get to it. Kelly says, I walked Cora 2.1 miles, showered and ate lunch. Now I'm packing up books for Copperfield's where our in real life book club is held. Nice. I hope you have good time at book club, and yay for all of the things that you did. Very productive. Hopefully Cora is a tired out puppy and will take a nap. Molly says, way to go, Jen. Cynthia says, I unboxed a Valentine's Day gift to myself a day late, but it was perfect timing. Nice. I always usually I'll wait until the Valentine's Day candy goes on sale and then buy some. But the kids wanted to pick out a few things for Daddy and I, so I let them do that. So that's where this chocolate came from, and then Publix has little tiny squares of cake, it's like cake bites. So we got some of those, and they now have like a Reese's and Oreo combination Reese cup. So we bought some of those, and then we bought flowers. So it's like a family gift thing. Everybody gets to try the candy and smell the flowers. So, but we love it. So, and what kind of chocolate did you get? Or Valentine's Day? I shouldn't assume that it's chocolate because it could not be chocolate. But let us know what your gift was. Molly says, have a good one to Kelly. Molly says, I love that idea, Cynthia, right? Cynthia says, thank you, Molly. This was the first year I decided to do something like this. It's nice to treat yourself, especially for the holidays. You don't have to, but it's always a nice thing to do. Cynthia says, I did my daily 20-minute exercise and stretch, finished some meal prep, and read some of The Hobbit. Very nice, very productive. I need to do that. I need to, not meal prep, but I will meal plan and then figure out if I need any ingredients and go get those tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow I will buy the on sale candy at our Walgreens/CVS. I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah, because now they're doing 50 to 75% off, I'm sure. I always go and check it out. I don't necessarily always buy, but if there is something that I want, then I will get it. That is all I see in the comments. Let me check the YouTube side of things and also put in all of the people who are sprinting, because we have quite a few friends that are sprinting, and it just depends on where you want to go. Whoop, that's not what we want. Because Katie is sprinting, and I don't know how much longer she will be sprinting, because her and I usually sprint around the same time. But we also have Tallulah and her crafty sprints. We also have Steph over at Coffee Over Apples. She is sprinting. Here is Princess. She is sprinting. Let me double check. That's Lori. Lori and Kat are doing Mardi Gras sprints. And we also have Anna. Anna is doing sprints. So we have quite a few friends that are sprinting. Let's see. Cynthia says, that's nice, a family gift. I bought myself a bottle of lovely perfume called Green Jasmine by Benetton. A beautiful China doll bottle. Oh, I don't think I've ever heard of that brand. I hope it smells lovely, though. Jasmine, I do like the smell of jasmine. But I have to be very careful about what kind of body sprays and perfumes I use because my nose is very sensitive to certain things. So if it's very, like, I can handle some body sprays at Bath and Body Works, but most of the things I wear are very subtle. I can't have anything overpowering. Here is the link for Katie's sprints. Like I said, I don't know if she's on her last sprint or not. Usually she says, but it doesn't look like she has said it's the last sprint. So be wary of that. I don't know if it is her last sprint or not. Tallulah, this is the what's it called? The Maker's Quest. This is all about crafting and productivity sprints. So if you have like crafting or crocheting or knitting or cross stitch or anything of the like, you're welcome to go and hop on and hang out. Oh, I'd still like to sprint if anyone is still up for it. Yeah, go to any of these links that I'm posting and you'll be able to continue sprinting. And it doesn't matter who's sprinting as long as they, if you want to read, you could read, be productive, you can be productive. They'll have little chatty bits and they'll have sprints, just sprinting times just like I did. Some longer, some shorter. Steph over at Coffee Over Apples, there's her link. Princess, there is the link for her sprints. Like I said, this is Lori and Kat. This is Lori's channel, but she is doing Mardi Gras, like a readathon for Mardi Gras. And so that's their sprints for that. And then we have Anna's sprints. I will most likely be sprint hopping to all of them to say hi and hit the like button. And just hang out in various ones while I get my tasks done. Cynthia says, it smells like a light jasmine tea scent with some pear. It's very light. Ooh, that does sound nice. Cynthia says, thank you so much for sharing the sprints. They all seem to be going on. Oh, yes. There is also a sprinting spreadsheet you can find most of the time in most of everyone's description. I will also post the link for that. Sprinting spreadsheet. And you can find, you go on the spreadsheet, and if you look at the numbered tabs at the bottom, that is for every day of the month. You can click on each tab, and it will tell you who is sprinting and in what time zone they are sprinting. So you'll be able to see mine on Sundays. You'll be able to see Kat's on Wednesdays. You'll be able to see Anna's on Sundays. Anybody who is sprinting or doing some sort of sprint will have a link, or you can find them. You can meet new friends. There are a lot of people who sprint on any given day and time. So check it out and you'll be able to find all of our friends who are sprinting. Cynthia says, is that a real cat behind you? Yes, this is my cat, Ralphie. He hangs out. He likes to, he usually sits up there and goes to sleep until I start petting him. Come on. And then he comes down and he sits on my lap. This is my Ralphie. I've had him since he was 2 weeks old. So he is now, he will be 15. He will be 15 in March. So he likes to snuggle. don't you? You're gonna hang out? There you go. You can hang out. There's the link for the sprinting spreadsheet that I was talking about just a few minutes ago. That will have all of our friends. Whoop! And now he's gone. He hops around. Cynthia says, thanks. So happy I found you. Well, I'm glad that you found us and you can hang out anytime. Like I said, I do sprints mostly on Sundays. I have also added in my book club sprints. Now, you don't have to read the same book that we are reading for book club, but you're more than welcome to come and hang out. Now, those are on Wednesday nights, but next week will not be sprints. It will be a discussion because we just finished reading Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. So we'll be doing the discussion from that. But the following week, I believe it's the 25th, we will be starting The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. So be on the lookout for those. Are they all on YouTube? The links that I have posted, yes. Everything can be found on YouTube. Cynthia says, he's beautiful. Looks like a stuffy. Gorgeous. Yeah, he can sometimes when he like hunkers down. But nope. He is real. That's my Ralphie. Come here, Ralphie. Come here. Wanna come back up here? There you go. There you go. You say hi. You say hi to everybody? No. Okay. Just hang out with mommy. He's so cute and cuddly. He is. He likes to sit with me. He usually follows me around. And if I let him, he will sit in my lap all day long. Won't you, Bubba? Yep. Hi. Yes, we're almost done. Cynthia says, I wanted to ask you about the book club. Yes, the 100 Pages book club. It is once a week sprints, and then once we're finished with the book, then we do a discussion. So like I said, next week will be the discussion for Raven Scholar. But the gist is that we know a lot of people don't have time to read sometimes. So we say 100 pages is all it is. And sometimes we don't even reach that 100 page mark. So it's just kind of like a get started. So we're reading our TBRs 100 pages at a time. So for example, Book of Doors is 400 pages. So that will be 4 weeks, and then we'll have a discussion on the 5th week. And then we'll go into the next book that is chosen. And then that, say that one is 600 pages, then it'll take us 6 weeks to read that book. So 100 pages a week, and then we do the discussion. So just something laid back and helps us read our books off of our shelves and TBRs and if you go to my channel, you'll be able to see what's upcoming under the live tab and also videos under the videos tab. But it is all there. Cynthia says, okay, I'll look for it. Yeah, come and join us. Come hang out. And like I said, you don't have to read the same book that we're reading unless you want to. If you just want to use the sprints to read or get things done, that is perfectly acceptable. We can do that. See? Yes, I put in all of the lives on my phone. Thank you. You're so welcome. And Molly says, here is the link for the upcoming book club. This is next week's. If this is next week's, this is the discussion for Raven Scholar. So if you don't mind being spoiled, you're more than welcome to join us. If you've already read it, you're more than welcome to join us. If you haven't read it, I would skip this one and go to the next one. But that being said, I am going to wrap this up. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. because I would like to go eat my lunch. And I'll see everybody else in the chats around YouTube. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. And Ralphie. Ralphie appreciates the hellos. Cynthia says, have a great week. So nice to meet you. So nice to meet you as well. And Jen says, thanks for hosting, Alicia. See you around the interwebs. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Alicia. You're so welcome. But on that note, I am going to skedaddle. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment if you like. I do have other things coming up shortly on the channel. You're so welcome, Swank. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And I will see you all on the interwebs. Have a good rest of your weekend and week ahead. Bye.